impressive feat. But a single crank compound uses a single crankware to run 2 pistons. So if you look, and the next one in front of the commentary box is a Ransom, Sims and Jeffries. Big producers named Ransom is synonymous with cultivation. If you go into any farm and ask a farmer if they know what a Ransom is, and they'll tell you straight away. The next one coming past is Angelina, which is a Foden D-type. We've talked about and steam tractors, and that was their kind of forte. They were the main competitor to Sentinel. We see a Sentinel knocking about in here somewhere, hiding between all the engines. For Foden's ideal, they were very to a wood. They would set the pole trailer up, they'd use the winch then to roll the log onto the pole trailer, hook it up and then take it to the sawmill. Very fast engine and very powerful. And we call Fodens tend to be, they all are overtype engines. We call overtype and undertype. Overtype is all the motion work and cylinder, etc. is all above on top of the boiler. Whereas if you see the Sentinel going around, we call that an undertype, in the sense that all the workings are underneath the boiler. So in the Sentinel, you sat there, the boiler's sat between you and your driver, and all the motion work and everything is stolen off it by people collecting engine parts, because engine parts are very expensive to buy and produce, and any engine part now is worth an absolute fortune, and things that aren't readily available often get passed from people to people or sold. So this was up for grabs, and it was rescued by a group of individuals using a makeshift raft, and they got the main boiler work onto the raft and managed to save it. But Tom bought it in early 2014, I believe, and he has done a remarkable job of rebuilding this engine, as you can see today. There is not one thing that Tom hasn't been involved with rebuilding this, including painting the engine himself. Real spectacle and brilliant to see here. You see a couple of Fowlers going past. The one up there, the top is a dark green called Nutley, owned by the Black family. It's great to see the 2 little lads being involved with steam. They've grown up around it, and it's great to see them being so involved now. They're the next generation of steam owners, and that's who we need to be encouraging. The next one, owned by Carbot. This is a T3, a roller. And Fowler's kind of got himself into a position where they were saying, we can't keep producing 1,000,001 different boilers for different engines. So what they decided to do was streamline to use for transport and coke and coal. And during the Suez crisis, this was actually brought into production or back into operation after sitting dormant for a number of years. Pride of Somerset, just living Panacea. And brought in the early 1990s, I believe, by the Bridge family. Done an awful lot of work, few and far between, and I think we've done awful well to manage to get 3 here. So it's a brilliant rally to be involved with, and it's great to see so many different engines. Danny Davin coming past now with an Alien and Porter convertible tractor, so built as a roller, gone through many guises, and now it's shown here today in tractor form. He rode it over yesterday from by Shrewsbury, so I'm sure he's probably feeling in his legs a little bit today. Again, another Alien and Porter tractor you see going past over on, owned by Brian Allison. You'll see on the side of some of the moving sown about for the councils and general transport work, but Brian's been attending for an awful long time. He reckons he's been coming for 50 years now. But you look at him, you wouldn't say he's older than 30, but I'll leave that up to you to decide. Probably the shiniest one on the rally circuit, Fermoy, owned by Mr. Stuart Phillips. Wonderful engine, and they did an awful very good job of producing Showman's engines. Stuart has completely restored this from bottom to the top over a number of years. But what happened is the Wolverhampton Wanderer, and I think everyone would probably agree with me. Thompson Brothers, big builders of steam boilers in Wolverhampton, and it was a bit of a local legend really, because with any heavy haulage, it either tends to be done very, very early in the morning or very late at night. Basically, just to avoid traffic on the road, you're moving massive boilers and hundreds of tons in weight. And it was a bit of a local legend because people used to talk about seeing this big beast creeping through the night with its lights on the front and its crane sticking out the front. Not many people actually saw it, but it was saved by the Crane family, and they, I struggle to say it, but Toto, I might be wrong in saying that, but it's owned by the Thwaites family, Alan there driving it, and they've reverted back to its original name, Pandora. The engine following it is a Burrell metal tractor, again by the Thwaites family, lovely little tractor, got its name when it got very, very sought after engine. Again, they're very synonymous with being top of the tree, steam tractors. So lovely caravan engines over the Thwaites family there. We seem to be filling the ring. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson, for bringing these. We've got two engines here today, so please go and have a look at the other one. The other one is a little tasker called the Horse's Friend. I'm for engineering, because while the full-size one are bigger, heavy, and you can usually fix everything with a hammer, these are real intricate.
Based on simplicity, the last one to be built. Built by myself and my granddad. We finished it in 2000 and we've rallied it ever since, so yeah, it keeps us busy.
There we go. We've got quite a bit of fun to be had for the rest of the afternoon. Unfortunately, you've got 2 hours. We'll get the fun in on having return of our engine. We even had some full-size identifying miniatures as well. So, right, do we think the bigger one can outdo the little together? So on 3, gents and ladies and gents. 1, 2, 3. Right, we'll do it on 3, we'll do it all together. Right, can we all do it? Has everyone got enough steam to blow the whistle again? Right, we'll all do it together and see how far they can hear us. I imagine I might hear us back in Ireland, Mr. Tom Simon. Right, on 3, we'll all go together. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen, engine owners, crew. It's been a wonderful display, but we're not quite over yet, so we'll try and organise this rabble, get a few out. So as the miniatures race around, they'll go round once more, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Do mind yourself as they work their way back to their pegs. These things don't stop in 6 months. They're quite heavy, so it's got to toes. Again, just give them a bit of space and a bit of respect, please. What we'll do then is I've got kindly told 5 engine owners that we need to put the steering and we've all got their own. But we shall get them lined up here and then give you a chance to have a ride around an engine. You'll probably only get for about 15-20 minutes, so you do make yourself available because we're going to have a bit. engines, of course, in Portugal, they were often pulled by horses. In some countries they were pulled by groups of men and women, or cattle as well. They were pulled from job site to job site to use.